Hey brah, how do you exercise when you can't walk? Howdy, my name's Boster. I'm an MS neurologist in Columbus, Ohio, and in this video I'm going to answer that exact question. Now don't turn away because all of that starts right now. Hey! Howdy! Thanks for learning about MS with me, Boster. In a recent live stream, I was asked the question by Brah, how does one exercise when you can't walk? And that's an outstanding question, and it deserves a careful answer. Grab pen and paper, and let's jump in. Taking a medicine to treat your multiple sclerosis is unfortunately inadequate. If you want to live your very best life, despite having MS, we need to do more than just take medicines. One of the things that is critically important is that you exercise as part of your lifestyle. Exercising is super important. And yes, it can be really challenging in the setting of MS. So if you can't walk, how are you supposed to get your exercise on? The reality is there's a lot of different ways, and I want to spend a few minutes with you today going through various options. Let's start by taking one step back and thinking about what are the key elements to successful exercise in the setting of MS. There are 4. The first is cardiovascular endurance. The second is limb flexibility. The third is core strength. And the fourth, very important, is balance. And if you can't walk, you can still do all 4 of these. You're just not going to be able to do it by going out and running on the treadmill. So let's take each one of them in turn, answering the question, how do we pull them off if we can't walk? Let's start considering cardiovascular endurance when you can't walk. And I'll propose 2 ways that you can do this very successfully. The first is we put a life jacket on you and we throw you in the pool. In the water, you weigh less. You're buoyant because you have your life jacket on. And if you can't use your legs successfully on land, you might be able to use them in the water where you weigh less. I have many patients that will walk laps in the water, and they can't do that outside the water. If you're not able to do that, you can still do tremendous amount of exercise in the pool. You can do water aerobics, water Zumba, or you could even swim. And swimming is a rock star way of helping improve your ticker. You don't need to walk to do that. A second option is to consider really using your arms on land, doing something like, for example, getting a hand crank. So if you put a Google search in for an under-the-desk pedaler, you'll see these devices that look like part of a bicycle with pedals. And the idea is that you put them under your desk and you sit there and you pedal with your feet. Well, I suggest you take the darn thing, set it on your desk, and use your arms to crank it. And you can sit there and power away, and you will start breathing heavy, and your heart will start beating very heavily. If you don't have something like a hand crank or a pedaler, you don't need one. You can do aerobic exercises with your arms. Now, I'll throw a link to a video I did with an expert neurophysical therapist, and we were doing all kinds of exercises like this. Now, if you don't believe me, spend 5 minutes trying to punch the air, and what you'll find is, whew, you really start to get your heart rate pumped up. Both of us agree that in order to live your best life, despite having MS, you have to exercise as part of your lifestyle.
So hello, howdy, hi.
There are lots of different creative ways of helping cardiovascular endurance, even if you can't walk. The second aspect of exercise that we want to focus on is limb flexibility. And you don't need to walk to do that. You can do a la track practice, getting down on the floor and stretching out your legs and your arms. And if it's hard for you to do that, you might be able to do that with a partner stretching. There are other activities like yoga, which are outstanding at limb flexibility. And again, you don't have to be able to walk to do that. Limb flexibility is underappreciated. A lot of my patients have spasticity, tight limbs, and stretching is a key tenet to success during the day. I oftentimes will ask people to get their stretch on in the morning when they wake up before they exit their bedroom. I'll ask them to do it again when they enter their bedroom before they go night-night for the evening. And then once in the middle of their workday, they need to get their stretch on. By stretching 3 times a day, we're able to stave off spasms, cramps, Charlie horses, and stiff legs. And you don't need to be ambulatory to do that. The third element to exercise in the setting of MS is strengthening. And I really want us to focus on your core. I'm not very impressed by big bulging biceps. I am very impressed by a strong back, by a strong shoulder girdle, by a strong belly and sides. And there are a myriad of exercises that one can do to strengthen even if they can't really move their legs very well. Now, if this sounds foreign to you and you're thinking,
Aaron, I'm not sure how to pull this off,
I recommend that you work with a neurophysical therapist. They will help you identify appropriate exercises which can strengthen your core even if you can't get up out of a wheelchair. The fourth element to exercise, and maybe one of the most important, is balance. And there's a lot of different ways of training balance, and you don't need to be standing to do it. So if someone is seated in a wheelchair, the way I'm sitting in this chair right now, it's very important that they have adequate balance. And you can imagine someone may have difficulties in controlling themselves and keeping themselves upright. There are a bunch of balance exercises that you can practice even when you're sitting in a chair. Now, if you're able to stand, but you can't walk very well, you can still train balance. And I'll give you a quick couple examples. So right now I'm standing and I've got my feet put together and I put my hands down to the sides, and this is a balance exercise. Now, I would not do it in the middle of the room if there's a risk of falling. I would actually do it in the corner of the room, and I would have a chair right here so that if I'm having trouble, then I can hold on. There's a bunch of balance exercises that one can apply, and you don't have to be ambulatory to do it. Again, if this sounds challenging to you, I want you to consider working with a neurophysical therapist who can give you myriad different excellent exercises which will both keep you safe and up your balance game. I recently produced an entire video series on exercising with MS, and a lot of my tricks and tips apply to folks that are non-ambulatory. If you haven't checked that out, click the video that's on your screen right now.